let's get over to the next door studio because we're just coming up now to the 90-minute mark. Wait and see how many minutes will be added on. 4 or 5 minutes, I think.
6 is a shout.
6 is a shout. Okay. Dom, this is the dying embers of a Premier League Championship campaign, which is going to...
What a save.
An incredible save from Balotelli by Paddy Kenny. The corner whipped in from the right-hand side. And again, the guy that threw Zabaletta's in the first half has come up trumps when desperately needed. Oh, Balotelli, it's about 4 or 5 yards out, and he's parried it away, and then, you know, one of his defenders has just scrabbled it over for a corner. And now he's gone for it again, Kenny, and showed a safe pair of hands. Incredible drama here. We haven't seen the board. There's going to be 5 minutes of added on time. Right. And Chris was making the point before, and it's interesting, the fine lines in management, because Mancini would be lauded as a genius for handling Tevez and bringing him back in at a crucial point if they were to win the league. Now, he will be all about Mancini being weak. Tevez, it didn't work. Yeah. It's the fine margins, and it's incredible. He's going to get a lot of flack now because they haven't seen it out at home against QPR.
But the other one will be Ferguson. Before this, he didn't buy right, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't make enough signings, and now he's going to be seen as an absolute genius for what he's done again from regurgitating a poor United squad.
How Manchester City can score twice in 5 minutes now because they just don't know the route to go.
Well, let's just hope they don't score once in 5 minutes, because then that doesn't take away from how well Queen's Park Rangers have done. Every man.
Oh, they've got the goal! Scored. City have scored. They've now got
him, and it's Dzeko.
Just over 3 minutes. Just over 3 minutes to win the Premier League title. They've got to score again. They've got to score again.
And I tell you now, Mike, in that 3 minutes, they will have at least 2 chances.
This is just what a
quick over to Studio 2 to the fan zone, David.
Well, I don't know what to say. I assume it's still 2-2. At Stoke, or 1-1, whatever it was. I assume that's a draw. If that stays a draw, we stay up. I hope we don't let him go.
Can I just say as well that, you know, Flash has got absolutely everything right today. And I did say Dzeko's not the man to get you out of a hole.
And I think Flash said just before half-time that Kenny would need to have an incredible second half.
Yeah.
Which he also has had. So I want to watch QPR next time with Flash, because he seems to get everything right. And
well, listen, there's a lot of golf left in this.
Well, there's not.
There is, Mike. I'm telling you, because Queen's Park Rangers are still in that mode of trying to hang on, and that means that there's going to be, there'll be 2 or 3 opportunities for Man City to win the league here.
Yeah, will they take them? They haven't been taking them for the previous 20
but you're better off when they don't get a chance. Good boy, you need to be strong.
Oh, penalty would be
Go on, run it. Go on, run it right, Phillips.
Yeah.
You've got to run it on your own, son. Good boy.
He's done it. It's got to be a free kick, that, to me.
Yeah.
It's a throw-in at the worst-case scenario.
Just take 2 minutes. I tell you what, we're all sitting here just thinking it's a write-off, but we're idiots for doing it in this season.
Yeah.
I tell you, this is absolutely astonishing.
There's a City fan there. He's trying to smash his own head on his seat or something.
It's very difficult to break a scarf on a chair.
I've never seen a scarf be broken before.
Yeah. Well, QPR now in possession on the halfway line. They're going forward. Now City have got the ball back, and Flash says, and Flash is right, of course.
Dom can't watch this.
It's all over at the Stadium of Light. It's 1-0 to United. United and City fans have 2 minutes to see where this trophy's going. Unbelievable.
My God. It couldn't be more dramatic. They're in the area now.
Chance!
They're in the area. They've scored! They've scored! City have scored!
Man City
oh my goodness gracious me! What did you say, Flash? You said there was more mileage in it. There's more mileage in it. Manchester City are Premier League champions if nothing happens in the next 2 minutes.
What a day.
You believe this.
What a day.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
What a day of football.
Oh, Dom, tell us what happened, mate, please.
Goodness gracious. The saviour of the day is the fans' player of the year, Sergio Aguero, buried under a sea of Manchester City bodies. Again, Flash said there'd be a couple of chances in it, and one came, and he has absolutely buried it. And from despair to elation for Manchester City fans in a matter of seconds. They don't quite know what to do with themselves, because half of them were kicking the seats a minute ago. And Aguero has scored the goal that has won them the first title in 44 years.
Well, don't speak before the final whistle goes, mate.
No, I can't see it, but I tell you what, that is a beautifully taken goal.
And Flash, what about that for a finish from
I mean, it all starts with actually Queen's Park Rangers having the ball. They throw it down the line. Boothroyd's not strong enough. They break away. They go into. He's just kept his cool. And to be fair, if there's one person that does deserve every credit he gets. It's Aguero. You hear nothing about him other than for his great footballing ability.
Chris, we just to say Swansea now have won in the last minute against Liverpool. Right. So that pressure on Kenny Dalglish was before the game, even more so now.
Absolutely, particularly as Everton have won and widened the gap between 7th and 8th place. Right, back to Dom. Dom, talk us through the...
Bolton have been relegated.
Bolton have been relegated.
That was my question.
Bolton relegated.
Bolton relegated and gone down, so QPR nothing to fear now for their own position.
We're up.
But they haven't upset the apple cart, which they looked as though they had done just 5 minutes ago. Dom, how quickly did those goals come, one after the other?
Well, Dzeko's, I think, was on 92.3, if you like. So then, and then obviously Aguero's has come about 30 seconds after that. Now, the 5 minutes of time added on is up. Now, but we're still awaiting the game to be restarted, and you know QPR now know that they're safe. So therefore, there will not be any other challenge mounted. So it is all over. I mean, regardless, you could play 15 minutes now, but it's big party time at the Etihad, and everybody's happy. So there will not be another chance because it's filtered through. You can see that the QPR fans, they know they're safe. The City supporters know they've won the league, and there it is. It's all over. City have that title.
Premier League champions in the last 9 seconds of the game. We've never seen anything so dramatic in the studios here at Sports Night Live. Absolutely incredible. And where does that, David? Let's go straight over to David. David, where does that put Joey Barton in your mind?
Worry about that another day. I couldn't care less. There's the whole summer to worry about it. We're staying up. We've had a really tough season. I can't even think about the points. I think we've stayed up by 1 point ahead of Bolton.
And John, whilst we've got you over there in studio too, I mean, what about Sir Alex Ferguson's head? He thought that he had 90 seconds to go before he would confirm that he'd retained his Premier League title, the 20th it would have been, and it was snatched away from him in the blink of an eyelid.
Well, let me just tell you, actually, crazy scenes at the Etihad. There's been a pitch invasion now, as you might imagine. News is filtering through to the United fans at Sunderland as well. There's just a picture there of Djibril Cissé embracing his great friend Sami Nasri and celebrating with him almost the fact that City won the title.
Up and City have won.
Now, remarkable. I mean, you can just imagine Manchester United supporters that have been at the stadium like that maybe haven't been listening to the game or don't know how it's panned out. They turn on the telly and see City 3, QPR 2. They think, oh, QPR gave it a bash, fair enough, but City have probably just walked past them. I mean, it doesn't even begin to tell the tale of that game, does it? I mean, that is incredible. Everybody has been talking about this being the best Premier League ever, as in the best Premier League season ever. Now, whether that is true or not, it is certainly the most dramatic end to a Premier League season. You could argue that the Arsenal victory at Anfield in '89, but it was obviously still Division 1 then. That's a remarkable end to a season.
Go on.
I would just say, Dom summed it up again, fine lines. And you can't get finer than 2 injury time minutes.
No, you can't. But and I think you have got to be a little bit ruthless when you come in and have a look. And the defender that was marking Dzeko never picked him up at all. He actually stood in an area and waited for a man. Now, he's obviously going to have a standing jump. Dzeko's going to have momentum. So, again, that was one thing that could have been avoided. Secondly, when the ball... QPR had the ball in their own hands. So they've thrown it down the line, it's broken down, and the lads have just been allowed to do it. They should have all got out. All of them, just get up, and the defenders are team.
Right, that brings us to the end of this particular show. It's coming up to 5 o'clock, OK? The most dramatic afternoon in football I can remember in my lifetime. And I've been around quite a long time, believe me. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been on the show, to Don McGuinness and to David in Studio 2, to Chrissy Cohen, to Dan and to Flash in the studio here with me. Next up, of course, post-match Porky. Yes, having a look in depth at the drama that's unfolded this afternoon and talking to you, the fans. 0207 291 0868. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you very shortly. Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.